What if Yuji had Sukuna's curse technique at the start of the series? Let's talk about it, but spoilers beware. All right, so first of all, shout out to Granola for asking me about this today, and he's actually asked me about this concept before, but in this case, when we're revisiting it, we're giving Yuji this technique from day one, basically, and he wants to know how I think that would shape the story. So the first thing I want to say is something I said the last time we talked about this, which it really can go one of two ways, in my opinion. And the first way is that Yuji has Shrine and he's just going to be an absolute powerhouse from the start of the series, which then kind of trivializes the entire story and makes it a bit pointless, right? So we don't want that. Then in the other case, where he's not a powerhouse, and even though he has a technique, he's still brand new to this world, he needs to learn how things work, yada, 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 then yeah, he's got a new technique, but really the story's not going to change very much because he still needs to grow throughout the extent of the story, right? A day one Yuji with Shrine isn't going to be out there popping domain expansion. So largely, I think the story plays out the same. Like, I don't think there's any major swings just because he gets this technique early, because he's still a novice. One interesting change that I think there would be under this alternate timeline is that Yuji would need to be trained differently, right? In the original timeline, he didn't have a technique, so really all of the focus was just on his cursed energy utilization. Now, he still needs that same training because Yuji is a fish out of water and brand new to this all cursed energy scene in general, right? But on top of that now, I think he would need specialized training on just how to actually use a curse technique. And given Shrine is primarily slashes, I could see him having a closer relationship with Kusakabe in addition to Nanami, which he had in the original timeline, to kind of help him with cutting. Now, obviously, Shrine isn't the same thing as wielding a cleaver like Nanami or a sword like Kusakabe, but there's a lot of shared experience there. So I think perhaps we would have more scenes of them trying to help him get in the right mindset for using slashes. Next, Granola wanted to know that if Yuji had Shrine, do I think he would have been able to save Junpei? And honestly, I don't think so, because I don't think Yuji's strength or arsenal specifically is really what led to Junpei's downfall. He was just a confused kid who got, attached to Mahito for all the wrong reasons, and then Mahito just used him as a pawn in order to get to Yuji. Like, I don't see Shrine really saving him in this way. And then Granola asked if I thought Sukuna would have been impressed by Yuji if he had developed Shrine that early. And honestly, no, I don't think so. Like, Sukuna was his number one hater, right? And I don't really think that changes. If anything, it might make him hate him more because he's using his technique. So really, I think he might respect him at the very end, like in the original series, but not any sooner.